What a game, man. What a game. Italy go through on penalties against Spain tonight. I think it was 3-2 on pens in the end. Morata missing a key pen, Dani Almo. And when you mention those two players, I thought they were Spain's best players tonight alongside Pedri. That Spain, for me, outperformed Italy. I can't really look at it any other way. I know people have spoken about how Italy had to adapt their game plan, but really and truthfully, that was because of how good Spain were on the ball. I thought certain changes in bringing in the false nine really helped them, overloaded the midfield. Italy couldn't compete at times. Spain's press when Italy had the ball made it really uncomfortable for them. The counter press as well when Italy were trying to go and regain the ball and Spain regained it very quickly. It meant they controlled the game. It became so easy for that Spanish midfield to dictate play. And you look at the likes of Pedri and Busquets, who have been good in a more familiar 4-3-3 with the number 9 in Morata. When you had Dani Almo hitting on the half turn, turning the Italian defenders in midfield, honestly, it felt like at times Spain were going to go and take the ascendancy and go and win the game by more. Now, clearly, something that they've lacked in this tournament so far is a clinical striker. And they create a fair amount of chances. And I think from a neutral perspective, what impressed me about Spain, because I do think we've got to give Spain some credit, given how they've grown into the tournament. And really and truthfully, it's only their penalty takers that have let them down in this situation. How they relied less on the fullbacks. They became very predictable. They became very pedestrian sometimes. Spain, I thought the tempo of the passing tonight through the lines, I thought the use of Dani Almo, the ability to use the wide men and coming into central areas as well and dragging it out at times. That Italy defence were all over the place. And listen, Chiellini tonight, as good as a defender as I think he's been in this tournament, and he does get key blocks in and he does manage his box very well. And he did look a lot more comfortable when Italy reverted to a low block. I thought the way that Spain attacked with the numbers, with the false nine, Olmo on the half turn caused him nightmares. Movement from Morata when he came on as well caused Chiellini nightmares. And I think when we're going to talk about England later in this video, I think that's a key area that England can definitely exploit. Now, I expected Mancini to change the game plan at some point. It was clear that Italy's press wasn't working, and Italy have been brilliant in the press. But one thing I've noticed about Italy in this tournament so far is that when a team can match them in terms of the pressing style, the stamina to continue to press in the way that Spain did, they become disrupted. They become uncomfortable on the ball. And that's very odd to say with a team that's got Verratti in there, Barella in there, Jorginho. But at times they were fish out of water and they couldn't quite maintain the possession. And I think when they reverted to a little bit of a deeper block, Spain playing that high line that can get them into trouble at times, and you've got players there to hit you on the counter, particularly a player like Chiesa, and that's the reason why Chiesa started tonight over Berardi. And Berardi came on and had an influence in the game. But really and truthfully, because of Chiesa's directness, the ability to take on a man, and the way he takes his finish for that goal, the pass from Insigne as well, I think that's an impressive element about Italy's team. They are adaptable, and that will cause England problems because they can adapt throughout the game, and they're intelligent enough as players, and they've got an intelligent enough coach in Mancini to make those adjustments and make it difficult. But it doesn't take rocket science to figure out what Spain's weakness is. And when they got that goal, I felt that Italy were going to coast through the game. And credit to Spain, just the tempo of the passing, the way that they were pushing their midfielders higher. Busquets getting a lot higher than I've seen him in previous game. Pedri again playing in that number 8 role and being so efficient at keeping the ball. It kind of felt like a matter of time. And when Oyarzabal has a free header, essentially, and he had 2 huge chances tonight and he misses them, you think that's over. But Morata, as poor as he can be in front of goal, and I think he's a really odd player because everything about Morata screams good striker, other than what you need to be a good striker. Movement off the ball, his intelligence, he can hold up the ball, he can bring others into play. Everything about it is good, other than the bit that he needs. And yet, ironically, he was the one that got them the goal to get them into extra time and then into penalties. And it was the good link up between him and Olmo that ripped that Italy defence apart. And if you're England and you're looking at it, you're thinking, overload them right in front of the back four. Defensively, the 2 centre defensive midfielders don't offer enough. That's why Mancini had to bring on Locatelli. And when he brought on Locatelli, they looked a little bit more assured. Again, they took off someone like a Barella, more of a number 8. They could control the game in terms of defending their own area. Now, can England beat Italy? And again, I'm jumping the gun. We've got to go and beat Denmark. That's not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. But I do think it's worth trying to entertain the conversation a little bit. Don't say I've jinxed it, but I just want to talk about it. I think there are fragilities in this Italian side, as impressive as they are. I think they can be disrupted in terms of their passing tempo. I think had whoever plays Spain, if Spain had got to the final, whether it was Denmark or England, it would have been very difficult to win that midfield battle. And I think that's where England have won games previously, by dominating the midfield or by keeping a very good shape or by regaining possession. And I think that could, because you see how good Italy have been in terms of their press, could be a step too far, given that England aren't a pressing side, or at least aren't aggressive in terms of that press. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to talk about England, Italy, because it might not happen. We've got a huge game tomorrow. Check out on the channel. I'm going to put it out probably tonight. Me and Matisse discussed the England-Denmark game. We went through it in detail in terms of formations. Who do we want to join? Who we want to play? Do we play 3-4-3? Do we play 4-2-3-1? Where can Denmark hurt us? So check that video out. If you did enjoy this review, make sure you drop a like on the video as ever and subscribe to the West Ham Way if you're watching and you're new. Congratulations, Italy. I think overall in this tournament, they definitely deserve to be in the final. Harsh luck on Spain. I thought they were genuinely brilliant tonight. Even defensively, I thought they very rarely put a foot wrong. So credit to them, other than Eric Garcia showing Chiesa onto his right. But story for another day. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll